Hello everybody, Thorgal here, and welcome back to ATM7 To The Sky. Today I have a bunch of things planned. I don't know how many of them are going to get done, but I'm going to tell you kind of the overview of what my plan is. That I have planned out overall, right? You guys see over here I went back to that dungeon in the other world, and I found one of these pig spawners that I haven't broken, and Silk touched it and brought it here and set it up right now, right there. I didn't put it in the mob farm. I did initially have it in there, but the pigs didn't spawn, and I think it's because they need grass, and in there we only have the cursed earth, or whatever it's called. And so right now I'm up to 2.3 buckets. It's slow. I put a bunch of sugar on there, so the min spawn delay is only 20, and I made another largest upgrade here, so it's a huge area, and it should... Okay, it did catch it before it got out. These over here were naturally spawned. They didn't come from this. But yeah, I'm getting pink slime this way. Because I want to make a bunch of stonework factories, these things right here. And they need, number one is pink slime, balls, and also these advanced machine frames. Right? Which I'm thinking of automating. So this area is probably the first thing we're going to redo over here in a minute. And... over here, I put a new building. Totally forgot. The island is done. Yes, the last cannon finished. And it didn't take much longer, like about 5 hours, like I said at the end of last episode, and everything was done. And I think, yeah, this area over here took the longest, because I think the mountain is the biggest, or maybe it was this area. I don't remember. And then I did a little bit of playing around with on how I want to decorate this whole place here, right? Because I'm not just going to leave it dirt and grass. So I took the exchanger here, which thanks Linda for letting me know that you can enchant these, and I got Silk Touch. It's just nice to be able... I don't really care about the grass, but it's just nice to have Silk Touch and Changer, right? And then I exchanged a bunch of this top here with stone, and also a little bit of gravel. You guys see, planted some spruce to get podzol to mix this up, and then I just made a little bit of a waterfall. I'm not a fan of the way it looks right now, because it's not contained. And you guys see here, by the way, all this grass that I don't like. But reason why that is here is because I had that thing here on. Where is it? Right here. The Harvest Goddess band. And that just makes... it's like a bone meal effect around you, right? And that just made all this grass grow. Which doesn't really belong in a stone mountain waterfall, right? Down here it's fine. But I'm going to make this a little nicer here, so it's not so wide, but it's not pressing. And I made a little bit of a lake here, or pond. Again, way too much grass in here. I need to clean this up and decorate it. I don't have any lily pads yet. But that brings me to why I will put this building here. This is going to be our new storage building. I want to redo our storage completely. And then I would like to set up a permanent area for mob spawner somewhere. It's going to be a big building where I have multiple cells, one dedicated to this thing, one for the just cursed earth to get a bunch of the mob essence, another cell where I can use the mob duplicator, right? Those kind of things. I want to redo this so all this is automated. And then, of course, we also have this here now. You know, all these drawers with the essence of stone, wood, and so on. And I also added, where is it? Right here. You guys see it, 2300 dye now, because I made 2 dye seeds right there, because I don't want to mess with dyes anymore. Honestly, you need so many dyes all the time. So I just made this, and you know, all of this needs to go into storage drawers so I can actually use it, because I can craft snow, I can craft ice, I can craft, you know, all the different stone blocks, diorite, and all that jazz. So because I want to make this a snow-capped mountain here, right? Wherever the tallest peaks are. Maybe not everywhere, but like this, for example, I kind of want to make a snow peak up there, but I need the blocks for that. And I have all the materials, they're just not in proper places now. So, and then I also want to get rid of this stuff over here. This hammering for gravel, sand, dust, and as well as this here, the igneous extruder. I want to make a dedicated igneous extruder for everything, netherrack, endstone, and so on. And I want to do all this with ME level emitters. So if there's less than 1,000 gravel, make me gravel. If there's less than 1,000 netherrack, make me netherrack. and so on, right? So it's not constantly running, but if something runs slower, boom, it just makes it for me, right? Again, this whole series is about automating. We're going to automate everything. Also the liquids, the latex, pink slime, everything. If there's something that we need more than once, I want to automate it. So, but everything starts over here with this storage. And this is, like I said, I want to start first. I made these right here, these steel catwalks. Every system knows how to make everything. There's actually no steel required, just in case you know it's just iron. And then I made these things here, the iron bulb lights. And they're aligned, so hopefully in front of the drawers, they're always going to be lit up, right? It's very bright here. So just trying to make this a little bit nicer. And I still don't know if I'm going to put any roofs on these. I think it would look nicer. But right now, until I have teleporters set up, which I'm going to go with the meta transceivers from RF Tools, right? So let's say Botania is over there. Blood Magic is over there. Ars Noea is over there. I don't want to have to run or fly there every time. I just want to step in a teleporter. Whoop, we're there, right? So that's the idea. But like I said, right now, I'm going to move the entire storage to over here and set it up new and clean up our drives. So there's 6 storage controllers here. Each right now has, hello friend, a storage bus in front of it with priority 3000. And another thing I wanted to mention, I'm not using the... Where are you? I hear footsteps. Where's your particles? There we go. I don't use the sword anymore because this thing does 57 damage. So there's no reason for me to even have the sword on the bar right now, especially not around the house. But one thing I want to do over everything is I really, because when I went back to the other dimension to get this spawner, I kept having to repair this thing here, right? And I'm tired of repairing it. And we have an unbreaking one. I don't care about anything on here. Efficiency, fortune, and so on. Can I just strip this, by the way? Yes, I don't care about the... Ooh, fortune is nice. Nah, who cares? So I'm just going to strip this off and keep enchanting it until hopefully I get Silk Touch. Again, nothing. And I'm just going to keep doing that until I get Silk Touch because, well, I love Silk Touch. Tombstone, Fortune 2, Efficiency 2. Silk Touch. Boom. Now I'm happy. Because I don't really use it much, right, to dig or anything. I just want to break spawners and stuff because I broke the Blaze one in here, not thinking because it was already the Apotheosis version, right? And I still only got a broken spawner back. So I lost this Blaze spawner that was in there, but it's fine. We can get another one. There's plenty in the nether. So now this is done, and I'm going to start moving all these drawers, everything, over to this building. So these drawers in this bag, the drawers on this side, and I'm probably going to switch to full drawers for all the blocks because, well, I have a lot of room. Okay, there's some progress. Slowly but surely, it's going to be a multiple stages kind of project because I need to now hook up this room so I can craft other stuff, right? Because all my materials are here now. So the way I split it up is right here is metals, ingots, right? Including scrap and this, what is it? Raw uranite, which I'm not processing yet because I don't know what to use it for yet. So, but they're metals, right? So they're here. Then over here is dusts and gems. And I always try to keep the compacting drawer in the front, you know, if I leave a gap like this in case there's another gem or whatever I can add. And then here I have mob drops so far. There is more, but I am not really worried about the mob drops right now. Then here we start with blocks. And I'm splitting it up like this. Before, if you guys remember, right here we had everything that gets automated by this room. Over here was just regular storage. But now I'm splitting it all up into categories. So things here might get auto-produced like this, right? And automatically stored in this area, even though this is blocks. Now, dust, you guys can see I need to still add some automation for it and so on. And then here, this is going to be mystical agriculture and possibly bee products. I'm not sure yet, but this is everything from there. And I also prepared all 5 of the tiers from the essences, right? So there's already because I want to make the higher ones. And then right here is going to be crop and miscellaneous, I'm going to call it, okay? So everything is moved here, but I need to hook these up so I can actually tie them into my ME network. I already removed that storage bus here because the wall is gone, but right now I'm still pumping into this interface. I'm not ready to switch this out yet, okay? But I do want to move this controller. So let me think for a second. I think we're fine. So I'm going to rip this down. And I want to put this up here. I don't want to run these cables on the ground anymore. I want to put them in the ceiling. And I want to put them one above, because this is a half slab, so I can simply run this over there. Okay, why do you keep opening? I didn't know this was a thing. Is it because I have the wrench on me? What? Was this always a thing? I guess. I don't know. Okay, and from over here, I don't need a dense cable, but I am going to run one dense cable back here and then just go into the regular, because right now I'm only going to use 6 channels, but I am sure there's going to be other things that I'm going to run back here, but we'll get to that in a minute. So for right now, I'm just going to run it to here, and then I think the same, or should I just split over here? Nah, let's make this look cool. Let's come... Yeah, let's do it like this. It doesn't matter. I miss efficiency on this pick already, but I can always get that on there. I know I have tons of efficiency books. And then I think this one here, because it's just, even though it's just one, I'm still going to run it on one side in case I have another building off to the side or whatever. So we're just going to come to there and run this cable all the way over there. And I might even make this painter that is an AE2 now that I have not used before to color these cables afterwards, just so we have maybe different sections. I'm not sure yet. But now that this is connected there, I do need to come up for the time being, and it's gonna be ugly, but like I said, I just need this to be running. I don't understand why I keep opening it. That's a new thing that I'm not familiar with. And then of course I want my auto crafting be hooked up as well. And last but not least, well, this is the auto crafting. This was the processing, and I'm just gonna run them up like this for now. How I'm gonna hide these nicer, I am not sure yet. Wow. Glad I got these sheep automated. That's a lot of wool. Okay, so all of this is gone, and this should be 32 channels, yes. So now if I come back here, I should see all my stuff again. Good. Everything's here again. Very nice. All right, let's see if I got this done right here. So this is the pink slime tank. This has 7 buckets. This thing now has 8 buckets. And then over here's latex. And I'll figure out how I'm going to get this into these afterwards, right? Where the latex comes from the pink slime. But first I want to just have these automated. So this one has the pattern for the advanced machine frame, and this one for the simple machine frame. So this one right here now, I'm going to set off to with redstone signal. So I can take my time and put this stuff in here. And if I am not mistaken, it is like this. Like that. So I'm going to lock this input. Okay? And then I'll take the things out again. I'm pretty sure that's it, right? Leather. Yes. Okay, and then the other one here, I need this simple machine frame first. So let's see if I put this back in here. To plastic, the gold, the iron, this and this. And I order one of these. Now these materials should be in here. Good. It doesn't have power yet. Okay, so let's turn this on to ignored again. And for right now, until I can clean this up, I'm just going to put one of these right there. Set it to out. And wrench it real quick. There we go. So now this should be... What? Okay. Why did that take so long to fill? I am not sure, but whatever. So this should be crafting it. And it's not... It did pull it out. Okay, it's because there's an import bus on the bottom. So now I have this machine frame. And now I can set up this other one right here. I'm going to turn it off first. The redstone signal on. I think this one is in the middle, plastic on the top, and then gold, and then the diamond gear. Now we lock this. Do the same spiel again. Like that. And order a advanced machine frame. Items are back in here and ignored. There we go. All right, we got these two configured, and then I have two other ones underneath it, right? As you guys have seen. The problem is, can I take out... Oh, I don't need to, because it has pink slime right there. Duh. So if I put just you in here, it does make me these slime balls. Okay. And I'm just going to make enough for one right now, because I want to play around and find out exactly how many of these machines I want to make. So there we go. Oh, it used the glass pane. Okay. Okay, so I'm teaching this a pattern to make dry rubber out of that. And then usage on this, make it a smelting one. Yes. So if I need a export bus and a crafting. Did I not teach the system the crafting card? I don't think I did. Right there. Right, you gotta get a little bit of ME automation showcase on how I do this, and then the plastic, the thing we're gonna put right there so it knows how to make it. And now I need the export bus. Where'd you go? Right there. And we got this, so we're gonna set this up against the smelter, and we are going to put... Oh no, I don't need this one. I forgot. So let's clear this out. Put it back. Did it just put it in there or in the... Okay, it did. All right, good. So I do need a dry rubber. So go ahead and craft me one of them. And now I'm gonna set this to export this. And now I can set this one. Where are we gonna come with this? I'm gonna have to figure out how to run these cables nicer. But we can put this right there. And then set this one here, redstone mode ignored, run with... Let's see how we're gonna set this up first. Okay, so level emitter. We're checking for plastic. I don't know what this one is. Crafting card, fuzzy card. I don't need that. So I want to check if I have 128. That's 2 stacks. Level emitter. Emit when levels are above or equal. Emit levels when levels are below limit. Yes. And it is below, so the redstone is on. Run with redstone signal. So now this thing runs, right? So if I would come in here and say 1, now it's off. This thing is just going to fail. It doesn't do anything anymore, right? Because I am not at what I want. So let's put this back at 128. And redstone is on. And why I'm doing it so it only runs with a redstone signal is that a lot of times when chunks get loaded or something, right? A redstone is usually off by default as far as I remember. So it would be off, so it would continue making something every time I load the chunks, every time I start the game. So setting it so it only runs with a redstone signal is almost guaranteed that it will not overproduce. Okay, now the problem is that I still need to suck out of this machine and I have no more room. So I'm wondering if I'm just gonna go underneath this here, because that would also make it nicer. And I can remove this. come up here and close this off. And then underneath here, I can get an import. Okay, let's put this away. This and lighting, I don't care. I'll figure that out later. We have so many mega torches that it doesn't matter. So now this is there, and it should start sucking these out. Yep, there we go. It's slow, but it doesn't need an upgrade because it doesn't make them fast enough. And now in a couple of seconds, I want to see if this works. Because as soon as it imported 9, it should craft one and send it here. There we go. So now, once we have 2 stacks of plastic, this is going to turn off. And you guys see I've uncovered all the different ME cables that I have everywhere. Even in here and so on, because everything is going to come from above. So I just did that while I was waiting for stuff. So that is cool. Now we have plastic automated. We have latex automated. And what was that for again? I wanted to make stonework thingies. No, sorry. I need the advanced machine frames. And I said I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So 4 more. And what was I short? I need some netherrack and this plastic. Alright, I think the first part here is ready. XNet is going to power all this. And I have it mostly for item returns, right? Because wasting a channel for each one of these item buses, import buses would be a waste. So up here, I changed this one out so we got full 8 channels going this way and full this way, because we're going to need 5 plus this one, 6 already. And I might need more over here. I am not sure yet. But this one is going to make gravel, and I set them all the same way, okay? Only run with redstone signal. So this one is only 1-time crushing. This one is 2-time crushing for sand. This one is 2 times crushing and smelting. This one is 3 times crushing for silicon, and then this is just smelting for stone. And I just noticed that I totally forgot that I need to still fill each one of them. So we have the cobblestone going. Duh. So let me go ahead and fill them real quick. And the last one. Alright, so now they should all be ready with 1 tank of 1 bucket of water and 1 bucket of lava. And I can't really disconnect this. I just wanted to see if it actually works, but I guess we're just gonna go ahead and check each one of them. So I'm gonna turn the power channel on now and turn this to out. And now we should be going. So let's go ahead and check here. The first gravel is already done. Oh no, this only... Okay. I know what's going on. Yes. Okay. Well, that's fine. We're just getting free cobble right now. That doesn't bother anybody. So what I need to do here is... Water, lava, green inventory, nothing. Push, pull, disabled. Is there a way that I can just set all of them like this? And now it should get pulled out. Okay, so I only need to do this. Oh, that's a pain in the butt. Oh my goodness. Okay, right click is disable. And then we also want it on the blue one disable because we want it to go down to sand. So there is gravel and then sand. Okay, so that one works. And then here we need to go disable. I wish they would just be disabled by default, but whatever. And then sand. Okay, so I need to disable that one as well. And then on the red, it's going to get sucked out the glass. That's just how it should work. And done. Okay, good. And then here I need to do it the same spiel. It's right there. And now when it gets crushed, it should turn into silicon. There we go. And then just this one here should... Oh, I need to do this as well. Okay, and now we're going to make stone. Yes, okay, good. So I said all these the same. This one is set to stone. If less than 1,000, keep it on. This one is the same for silicon, all 5 of them, right? Less than 1000, give it a redstone signal and power it. So I only found use for 4 of these. The 5th one I didn't set up. There's other things you can make, but I just did not see any use for like making deep slate or anything like that. So this one here makes blackstone. This one right here makes basalt. This one makes netherrack, and then this one here makes endstone. And again, above I set them endstone. If less than 1000 each one of them, keep producing it, and right here just import it. That is it. All right, giving this base the finishing touches for today at least. With this color applicator from AE2, and every section, well, I shouldn't say that. Every dense cable is going to have a color, so I can always easily identify which cable is used. Usually it's not a problem because they just go to different buildings, but I also think it's cool. We color code this a little bit. And yeah, all these over here I do in just a second, because there's a couple of things I noticed when I was editing that I wanted to touch up on real quick. So let me start with that. And that is, I never showed it on video right here on the, which one was it? Yeah, the smelting factory right there. I just showed that we've added the dry rubber, but you also need to add a crafting card. And what that does is that if it's not in the system and it can craft it and has the materials, it will craft it and then export it here, right? And so I also placed a bunch of these storage monitors so you guys can see we have 129 plastic. It stopped at 128, but it took one out in order to click on this, and then that time it made another one. So that stopped nicely. That's working. And then, yeah, up here, I added a couple of these dense energy cells just to make it look cooler because we still had them. And they're all coming out the same way. So, of course, here I couldn't come out again from this one. So I would have to come from this face and come down and use the anchors to not make this connect. But anyway, everything is running on top. I still got to close these couple of trenches here and run this one later. But, yeah, this is what it looks up closed up now. And I redid this area a little bit because I moved the armory cabinet here. And I also made the MEIO port so I could put all the disks in there, and I just have one 64K ME disk drive now. And that's from AE2 things. They function like the refined storage. So you guys see there's 17,558 bytes used. It doesn't care about the different types of items. You know, like the regular ME drive, 63 types, so you can have 63 different sorts, and that's it. Then it's full. So this one is just much more better, okay? And the armory cabinet is from underneath with priority 0. This has priority 10. And all of these over here have priority 3000. They're just always going to check here first. Then the armory, the other way around. This one here is 10. This one here is 30. It checks the armory cabinet first and then puts it in this drive, right? And I kept the other 1Ks, of course. I don't know if we're ever going to need them or not. So now that that is done, the sand and gravel production was not nearly enough. Now, after I am done with everything, I would almost say that I would probably have stuck with the hammer. Okay, because I'm using so much power now with the new system. I tore out the material stonework factories because they were just too slow. I couldn't keep up at all. And now you guys see always just over 1000, and now this one kicked in again. This one is an ultimate crushing factory with 4 speed upgrades and 8 energy upgrades. And it needs 1800 RF a tick when it's running. This one here is just an elite, same upgrades. This one uses 1400 RF a tick. Okay, so that is a lot of power. One of the diamonds upgrades is 512. So I could easily run the hammerer instead of these. But I'm okay with it now. That's just the way we're going to have it. And it works because over here is the rest of everything. You know, I see that I have more than I need. The dust, I made way too much until I figured out a different way over here. Just kept making it. And so it's trickling down until this is at 1000 as well. Okay. I don't know why this sometimes happens, that stuff just comes out of these barrels when I walk by. They just pop out. I have no idea why. But anyway, So these over here I have set up just to export sand, gravel, and dust. Always. These are always running, right? Over here, this one has a ME level emitter that is set to check if I have at least 1,000 dust. If not, it turns on the export bus, which puts the sand in here, okay? Because I cannot disable this hammer. And then it goes back into the system like normal. It just goes in here, and then this one gets sucked back into the ME system, okay? It doesn't come directly over here because I'm exporting it with ME. So anyway, and then these three over here, I got rid of the fourth one because that was the one that we manually used to like make endstone and netherrack and stuff in the beginning, right? But we haven't used that anymore. So same obsidian, soul sand, and clay automated as well the same way, but on these here, the ME level emitter powers the import bus that you need to give a redstone card. And then over here, active with signal. So if the torch comes on, this goes. Of course, let me sleep so we can see better what I built. Because, you know, in the very beginning, I said that I wanted to have access to everything now. So I spent a couple minutes and made a lot of patterns. Let me show you those. They are down here. All these things here are automated, okay? The vines, melons, all the different kinds of dirt, snow, ice, all the different logs. And also the prismarine stuff are automated, right? So you can make them on all 16 dyes. And that is really convenient because I need more red dye right now. Oh, it's probably on the bottom. I don't know why this inventory is tripping, by the way. I have no idea. It just keeps, some of the armor keeps appearing and disappearing, yada yada. It's a really pain in the butt. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do with that. Let's make another 300 real quick. And while they're crafting, there's one thing I forgot to show you. Over here, I have 5 trash cans. Of course, I could have multiple export buses per trash can, but this is neat. I like it this way. And each one of them has 2 capacity cards, so I have all 9 fields available, right? So I still have, what is this? 3, 6, 9, 18, 36 more things I can void right here, right? And here I just set up all the raw stuff that we had, and it just gets voided. I don't care about this stuff. You know, if we ever use the lasers and then get raw ore, and then that maybe turns, sorry, not raw ore, the silk-touched ore, and then turn that into this, then we just get rid of this filter, right? That we don't export it anymore. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys what I did now with the snow. I didn't really use any ice, but I just exchanged this up here. So it's getting there. It's slowly but surely getting there. And yeah, let me know what you guys think, if we should have multiple different biomes. And if so, please let me know which ones, right? Like which kind of biome would you like to see out here? Because I'm all for making a corner end, another corner, the nether maybe. Whatever you guys think, just let me know down in the comments. But that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Now we're super organized, more automation, and I never will run out of anything because everything is fast enough to go at 100% over here. So that is really cool. But yes, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.